Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. So today is a very special day. It's a very important day. And I'm so glad that you decided to stop on this post. And I'm blessed knowing that it will feed you just as it did me. Today, I think we should come to deal with some realities that we've been dodging. Tired of this world. How many of us have said this? Just tired of this world. Can't do anything about it. Everything is going on. Tired of it. Then some might say it's time for a deep cleaning. A deep cleaning. Time for a deep cleaning. You know, that happened once, I believe. They talk about a flood. Came and it did a deep cleaning. But apparently what it left even was the birth pains of the future. You know, to make this a little bit simpler, I'd like to share something with you about January 6th. We are all familiar with January 6th. What happened when the insurrection, some call it, took place. And others call it a walk in the park. There is something that has been evident all of our lives, and that is religion, Christianity, especially in America. The whole story about Jesus. Well, based upon the world as we know it, especially the Christian world. And if we can't branch out beyond these borders, then let's just keep it here in America. Christianity in America. All the variations of churches for whatever they represent, all the differences. Still, God, Jesus. And in that understanding, this is the results. What we have in America is the result of our respect or disrespect for that God, for that Jesus. And I don't have to repeat to you now those kinds of things that I'm speaking about, even though perhaps I should. Well, some of you might try to deny that they exist. But let's say just for over 200 years, we have allowed for our reality, our culture, our character, engagement in wars. We have allowed the taking of people's land, just did what we want to do or whatever was required to do to take that land. Same. We have allowed ourselves to make people slaves. I mean, actually, beat them down, separate them, anything. And you know, all of these things was done in the name of a profit. I said profit, money. The big profit. Money, every area of life. Even in religion. All about money. All the things that have existed and the changes that some have hoped for, have they not only been discarded, but they want to go back under this God, under this understanding of God, under this understanding of Jesus, and repeat it all over again, and expect the people who were on the burning end of the first round to be made, submitted to a repeat. By stealing the government, having the right and authority to do anything to the people that you want to, with a dictator who is the law. That's this Christianity. That's this God. That's this Jesus that we have followed, that allowed the people to have to lie, to cheat, to steal, to trying to survive, to get that money, be denied. But the people won't change, haven't changed, and probably won't change. They didn't before. Even the flood didn't end it. But that's then and presently. But just the other day, I'm sure it was made known, I believe internationally, many people already knew it, black people knew it, that the truth about God and his son Jesus, if it was to be accepted, was that Jesus was black. The son was black. The one who was carrying that message of truth about and for that real God that one possessed was black. The one that was supposedly doing all those wonderful works, doing all of that good, doing all of that expression of pure D love was black. Now, assuming that God was black, that Jesus was black, how can you see that Jesus responding in life for over 200 years as compared to that of the white Jesus that we've been exposed to all our lives? I guess if you left it to the white people to say that, they would probably come up with some spooky stuff. If you left it to the black people, what would it come up to be? Well, I'll just speak for the blacks since I'm black. It would be about righteousness. It would be about love. It would be about compassion. Why I say this? When black people are just as crooked as white people can be. Why do I say that? Because there is a right way and there's a wrong way. Now what I mean by that, there's a way that works for everybody, which is a right way. Nobody got a complaint. Or there's a wrong way when it works for some and not others. There is and are many complaints. So you think we already experienced the one with all the complaints? So we know that was evil. So a black man who has gone through that, can you imagine that black man still wanting to wallow in such evil when he has the power and the motivation to be an example of what life is always meant to be, especially when you got the evidence that God is real and not man and not the guns and not the threat of death. Hey, so I would say that a black man, a black Jesus, the message would be for everybody to live in peace, to be prosperous, to be free, to live joyously, to live happily, and every man to live the dreams, not go to sleep all the time trying to figure out or in a fantasy land, but actually doing and actually being your dream alive. That's what I see being championed with the black Jesus. That's what I see. Where every man, every woman that would benefit from the resources that have been given by a power, not man. I'm not talking about what man has made, but I'm talking about a power that has set the earth, and we, the people on it, has given all of the resources wherever they might be, above the earth, on the earth, or in the earth. Some seen and some unseen, but they are nevertheless to be utilized by those who have that manifestation of a brain with an expression to say, let's do this for humanity. And we engage ourselves, ladies and gentlemen, by choosing a career that gives us our greatest joy, which makes it possible for us to do all the work that's required to be done. Because it's not work, it is the thing that gives us our joy. And as we do it in such an abundance, we create enough of all of those things that we have determined are essential for our living, our basic living. That is to include, but not limited to, food and clothing. Yes, ma'am, you know what it does. Living the life. Living the life. Shelter. Just as we want it. Education unlimited and unrestricted. We know the benefit of education. Everybody wants to be educated, not perhaps in all things, but in those things that requires to cause them to be abundantly prepared to deal with what they have been given and are proud to do. Health care from the womb to the tomb, where you're not investigating, researching, trying to find treatment or what you call it, a bandage, but cures to make sure that they can discontinue in existence. Well, when you got those as a result of just doing it a different way, and you don't owe anybody anything because you gave them all you got, and it was enough. You're not indebted to anyone. No one can point a finger at anyone because the earth as it has been made by the hands of man belongs to man with that, I would like to say, that Jesusness, which is love, for righteousness, for everyone. Now, I can't just say that this is what the black man would actually cause a manifestation thereof. It perhaps could go just as crazy as what has happened our entire lives. But I tell you what, it wouldn't be black. It would be the same old game, because the other game is just waiting for anyone to pick up the mantle and champion that kind of life. Well, I just want to say before I close that we all walk around feeling pretty comfortable about ourselves. We say we done our part, we done our share, so we don't have too much to worry about. But the message, if I had anything special to say to you today, it would be this: that every last one of us are guilty of all the problems, all that America is, all the hellishness, all the demonic forces. It does not matter what role you played. We are all guilty of its existence. Every last one of us. You see, look at it this way. If you have to have money to live, if your life, any kind of life, is predicated based upon your access to money, and you know it is required of every American, even if you don't have it, somebody got to spend it for you. It is required. So that being the case, your survival is based upon money. And this, my friends, is the world the way it is. A world based upon money. America based upon money. All that America is, a nation of people based upon money. And all the people have accepted that as a way. Ain't nobody changing it. So that's the way it is. And it is, my friends, the world as we know it to be. Now, when I talk to you about the other side, the righteous side, the love side, that all of that stuff is satisfied, your peace, prosperity, freedom, joy, and happiness, all of that, you know what? That doesn't cost any money at all. Why? Because, first of all, it's an expression of love. Beginning with your dealing, your engagement, the process you play in life, being one that you chose. Nobody assigned it to you. You chose it for all of the reasons. And it, by engaging yourself in it, provides for your heavenliness on earth. Now, what have you done? What have we done? If we require to have money to do everything that we can do in life, whether from a hamburger or cookie to dine on a coffin or being burned up, that means we have sold our soul for money. So that's all of us. That's you. That's me. That's all of us. We have sold our soul for money. It doesn't matter whether you being ripped off in Hollywood wherever these big shots are with a lot of money, how they might exploit people to try to use them to be satisfied in their richness. You know, we can put them down. We can talk about all the things they did, but we might well close up. We still guilty. We still guilty. And all of us fight for the same common cause as far as change is concerned. That will make us all innocent when we have the results. But we got to do the work. We got to do the work. It's not going to happen. That's not a magical thing. No God finna wave a wand down here and say, it's changed. No, my friends. That's us. And boy, we going through some stuff. And who knows? It might be the time for a cleansing. But I would prefer that we look at the world the way it is and spend some time thinking about what it could be. And listen to those who can tell you how to get there. And how to get there, giving you a measuring stick. You can tell which way it's going by whether it's working for all or working for some. Get rid of that some. All right? I want to thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen, for giving me this your time. Once again, this is Eddie Marcus, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. Until next time, goodbye.